Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll. Okay, so sir will join within 10 minutes. He just had some emergency, so he just asked me to connect to the class and take over. So I hope you guys have finished the first unit, right? Have you finished the first unit? So first unit.
Yes,
is
ma'am.
over.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm talking to the CSEA students, right?
EEE students.
Okay, so this is AAA. Okay, so that's why you're lagging. Okay, so you are in the first unit. Okay, so this is AAA. Okay, fine. So we'll just brush on with the concepts that you have seen in the first unit. So I think sir asked you to actually write certain programs in the previous class. So can you please write a program to read and print the values of variables of different data type? How do you read and print values of variables of different data type? Any one of you can share your screen and write a program for that. Is the question clear? Is the question clear?
Repeat it again.
The question is read and print values of variables of different data types. You just have to read in the integer variable, print it. Read the float variable, print it. Okay, so read the string variable, print it. Okay, so that's a question. So I hope the question is clear now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so now can you? Yeah. Can you now write the program? Can you write the program now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Start writing the program. It's some number. So now I have to type fast because everything that is read into the input is read as a string. So what you have to do is you have to convert the number that you have read. For example, you want to read 8. Okay, so if you're not giving it inside this particular integer function, what happens is the value that you read 8 will be a string. Okay, so it will be considered as a string. It will not be an integer. So to convert the string that you have read from the user, because this input function, okay, so the input function will return a string. Okay, every function will have a return type. So input is a function. Everything that is having this parenthesis is the round brackets that I'm talking about. So anything that is having this round brackets is considered to be a function. Okay, and any function here we are seeing two different functions. The first function is the int function, and the next one is the input function. Okay, so these two are the different functions. What is the purpose of the input function? The purpose of the input function is to read in a variable. Okay, so whatever it is, it's an int or float or whatever, you just use this input function to read a variable. But the outcome of this input will be obviously a string. Okay, so the return type of this input function is string. So even if you read 2.5 for you it is a float, but for this input function it is a string. Okay, if I'm reading 100 for you and me, it is a number. It's an integer. It's a whole number. But for the input function, it is a string. To convert the string into the integer or float or what kind of data type you want to convert it, you have to put it as you have to put it inside this int. Okay, so to read the integer value, I'm putting this inside this particular int function. Okay, so that's the purpose of it. Okay, so I'm giving input over here. So inside the input, I'll be giving, so make sure that the parenthesis matches. For every open parenthesis, there should be a closing parenthesis. So there are two open parentheses, there should be two closing parentheses. The input function argument inside the input function is a string. So whatever you want to appear on the monitor, whatever you want to appear on the monitor, whatever you want to prompt the user, you can actually write it in this particular input. Okay, so you want the user to enter a number, so I just say enter a number. Okay, or whatever you want, you can type. Okay, this will appear on the monitor for the user. I'm saying enter the integer number. Okay, so to make sure that the user will enter, if I say enter a number, it can be a number or it can be a floating point number. Okay, so to make sure, okay, to be very sure that I'm saying enter integer number. Okay, so now like in C programming, you'll be writing two statements, right? The print statement, printf statement. Inside the printf statements, you'll say enter a number, and then followed by the printf statement, you'll say scanf. Inside the scanf, you'll use this type conversions. For integer, it is %d. Then you'll say scanf %d, and then followed by and I or and n or and m and all that. So there are two statements over there, but here in Python, you can see the number of lines in Python are less compared to the code that you write in C program. Okay, so here within one line of statement, you can actually achieve what you have achieved in the C program. So here we said enter the number, and this is where I have read the number. Okay, so and now I'll be reading the floating point number. So to read the floating point number, maybe I'm saying pi is equal. And then I said, so now the typecasting should be done. This explicit typecasting. Explicit typecasting is where the user, where the programmer is responsible to convert. Okay. So here I said float, and then followed by and I'll say enter the floating point number, okay, or I'll say the pi value. Okay, so obviously we all know that pi value is 3.14. Okay, so it will just take in that value. So I'll say enter pi or whatever. Okay, so enter any float number. Okay, so any float number. So I'm just writing that. Okay, so now to read in a string. Okay, so I'm saying s is equal to. So it is not string. Method name or the function name is str. Okay, so that's one of syntax errors generally the students do. So don't think it to be string. Okay, so you just have to say str. Okay, so str followed by an input. I'm saying even if I don't give this str, it is okay because by default input will give you a string. Okay, so enter a string. Did you understand? By default, it will give a string. Okay, so this statement. Okay, so this. Okay, so S and S1 statements are same. Okay, so same in the sense like even if I don't give str, it works because by default input will take a string. Okay, right. So these are the values that I have taken, and now this is what is called as reading of the variables. Okay, so variables here are num, pi, and s and s1. So these are the variables, and I'm reading in the variables from the user. Okay, so whoever will be using your application or your program will be giving these values. You will take these values and use it, calculate something, and give some output to the user. But here we are not doing any calculations and all that. We are just printing what all the user have given us. To do that, you have output function which is called as print. Okay, so inside this print, I am saying I want to print the number. I'll just say number. Okay, so I'll say num is equal to. So then I'll say comma num. Okay, so I'm just trying to print it. Okay, so when you write this, what will happen is the number will be printed on the screen for you. Okay, so you can just take a look when I run it. Okay, so when I run it, the output will be printed on the screen for you. Okay, so number will be printed. So it is saying say. Okay, so likewise you will be printing it. Okay, so there are some issues with the online editors. We'll just fix that later. But this is how you actually print it. So you can also print everything in a single line, and you can say you can format your output in a better way. Like you can say num. Okay, so then I can use the concatenation operator over here, which is plus. This is a concatenation operator, so I can say num is equal to, and I can say plus, and then you can do another string. Okay, so here the other string is num. Num is an integer. Now you're converting this num into string back. Okay, so you have taken a string, converted it into num, and now you're converting num into string. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Just you need to use the appropriate functions. Okay, and then I'm saying plus, and then I am saying I want to print the next variable. So I want to print next variable in the next line. So I can simply use the escape sequence, which is new line. So I'm saying slash n. Okay, and after that I am saying I'm saying pi. Okay, so pi is equal to, and then I am again concatenating. Okay, so plus, and then what I'm doing here is I am actually converting the pi, convert the pi into the integer. Okay, so convert the pi into integer. So I convert the pi into string. So I'm saying str, and then use a variable within it. Okay, so then I have to use again the concatenation operator. So this is where I'm writing everything in a single print statement. You can also write it individually. You can have multiple print statements inside your program, and you can write one after the other. Okay, so str pi and plus, and again I'm saying I have a new line, and then I am saying s is equal to. Okay, so herein I don't require to actually use the str function, because s in itself is a string. Okay, so I don't require to do that. So as soon as I do that, it will print the um, all these variables on the screen for me. So I'm having three variables here. I'll just take three variables. Okay, so and this is how I am trying to print it on the screen. I hope this is clear, right? Okay, so we are taking three numbers. One is of integer type, the other is of float type, the other is of string type. And then we are using this print statement to print all this on the screen. Okay, so let me run this for you. Okay, well, fine. Okay, so this is how you write the program. Okay, so shall we write another program, girls? Okay, so what is the other one?
Ma'am.
So I'm giving,
Ma'am, why it's getting error, ma'am?
I think it's because of it's an online compiler, right? So it's an online compiler. Sometimes it's not giving the answer. Okay, so don't worry on this. But the code that I have written is absolutely right. Okay, so
Okay, ma'am.
it's giving an error because yeah. Okay, right. Now coming to the third question. Okay, so now coming to the third question, I want you to write the code to find out, calculate the area of a triangle. Okay, write a program to find out the area of a triangle. Write down the program. Okay, so here we'll be using a formula. So here we'll be using a formula which is
Ma'am, screen
area is equal to square root of Emma. No, I'm asking you to write the program. Okay, so that's why I didn't share the screen. I'm asking you to write the program. So you first write the program in your notebooks. Okay, so here we are, I'm asking you to find out the, here I'm asking you to find out the area of the triangle. Okay, so I'm asking you to find out the area of a triangle. Okay, calculate the area of a triangle using the Heron's formula. Okay, so using this Heron's formula, so the formula is, okay, so area is equal to square root of, I hope everybody can see the screen. Okay, so it is S minus A. Okay.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear, ma'am.
Okay, is it clear now? Is it clear now? I hope it's clear now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the formula is you need to find out the area of the triangle using the Heron's formula. You know it, right? We have seen intermediate. Okay, so S minus B. Okay, into so S minus C. Okay, so this is the formula, and this formula is called as Heron's formula. And what you have to do is you have to calculate the area of triangle. So what is the requirement here? What you should be doing in the program? So the first thing that you should be doing in the program is look at the variables that you require from the formula. Okay, so from the formula, you require 4 variables. The first one is S, then you require A, then you require B, and then you require C. Where A, B, C are the sides of the triangle. Okay, so A, B, C are the sides of the triangle. Okay, so from the sides, okay, so you'll be reading these values. You'll ask the user to provide A, you'll ask the user to provide B, you'll ask the user to provide C. ABC are the 3 sides of the triangle. Okay, and they can be the floating point or they can be integers. Okay, so you can read any of the ways. By using the function float function, you can convert the string that the user have given into the float. Okay, you can convert it in any of the ways. And then what you will be doing is you will calculate the value of S. Okay, so what is S? S is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. Okay, so this is how you will be calculating. So the first step of the algorithm is how to solve this particular problem. What is the problem? The problem is calculate the area of a triangle by using the formula. So this is the formula. So we are saying area is equal to square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. Okay, so this is the formula. And so what here you will be doing is you will be asking the user to give the values of A, B, and C after receiving. So this is the first step. What is the first step? Read the variables A, B, C. And what's the second step of the algorithm? The second step of the algorithm is calculate S. How do you calculate S? So you're saying A plus B plus C by 2. After calculating, so now, yeah, so now you know the values of A, B, C, and also you know the value of S. So now calculate the area of the triangle and print it. Is the question clear, girls? Everybody? Is the question clear?
Yes,
Yes. Now can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
write the program? Yes, now write the program. Now all of you write the program. And somebody share your screen and show the execution. The same program I have written in program is online compiler, and you can see the output on the right side. Can you see the output on the right side, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. ఇందాక నన్ను అడిగారు కదా అక్కడ ఎర్రర్ ఎందుకు వచ్చిందని అడిగారు కదా. My program is absolutely correct, but what happened is that online compilers sometimes they don't work. Okay, so that's the reason I didn't get. So I changed my online compiler. So I changed it to program is, and inside the program is the same code I have copied it and it's working. Okay, so the code is absolutely right. See, I'm running the program for you once again. So it's saying enter the number. So I have just entered a number. Okay, so it's asking me to enter some floating point number. I'm entering it. It can be anything. Okay, then I'm saying I'm entering my name. Okay, so it's my string, and then you can see that the numbers are printed accordingly on the screen. Since I have used the new line escape sequence over here, it is printing the variables accordingly in new lines. Is the first program clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so now write the program to calculate the area of triangle. Anybody have done it? Anybody have done it? So what's the first thing that you should be doing to write the program? What's the first step of the algorithm?
Reading
What
the
is the first
values.
step?
Declaring three
Yeah, reading the
variables
values.
ABC.
See here, declaring, initialization, and reading. These three are three different things. Okay, declaring and initialization has to be done together in Python. In C programming, what you can do is you can say int x, and then at some particular point of your program you can initialize it, and then you can use the variable in some other part of your program. That is permissible in C programming, wherein I said declaration, initialization, and usage of the variable. These three can be in three different parts of your program. Now coming to Java, okay, so I'm talking about Java. In Java, you have to initialize local variables. Okay, so you initializing, and declaration and initialization has to happen in the same place. Okay, and even coming to Python, your declaration and initialization has to happen. You cannot simply say A. You have to assign it with some particular value to it. Okay, so these are all the terminologies of the programming language which you need to learn. Okay, so what is defining, or what is declaration, what is initialization? Because different programming languages offer different kinds of rules. What you're doing in this programming language, by learning Python, you're learning the rules of the programming language. You are learning different concepts that Python offers you, so that in future you can develop applications based on these concepts that you have learned. You can combine these concepts together and develop some applications. And also the programming language will teach you the syntax. Okay, so the valid statements, not valid statements, and all that you will be learning in a programming language. For different programming languages have got different rules. Okay, so we just need to understand it. So the first thing that we'll be doing to find out the area of triangle is that I'll be reading in the three variables, which is A, B, and C. How do I do it? How do I do it? What I'll say? I'll simply say A is equal to, then it can be float or it can be integer, whatever. So I'm saying float, and then I'm saying enter A. Okay, so I have done this, and likewise I'll be reading all the three variables. Okay, all the three variables I'm reading. Okay, so I'm saying B is equal to, and also I'm saying C is equal to. So inside the print statement also, I'm just changing it accordingly. What did I do here? In these particular three steps, I have read the sides of the triangle. Is it clear, girls? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want the sides to be shown, you can just use a print statement. I'm just using a print statement which will print all the sides for me on the screen. Okay. So then what I'm doing, the next step of the algorithm is to find out the value of S. What is S? S is equal to, then I'm saying A plus B plus C, and then I'm saying divided by 2. Okay, so now here in this particular statement, you can actually observe, in this particular statement, you can observe the concept of expressions that you have studied. You studied the concept of operators and expressions, right? Yes or no? In the first unit, what did you study? In the first unit, you have studied the concepts of expressions and operators. So here plus is an operator and division is an operator. Plus is an operator and division is an operator. So to actually, why did I put parenthesis over here? If I just simply say A plus B plus C divided by 2, now what will happen is, according to the operator precedence, C divided by 2 will happen first, and then it will add to the other consecutive sides. So the output that you will get out of the expression will be wrong. Okay. To get the desired output that you want, first thing is you can use this parenthesis to actually give precedence of the lower priority operators more priority. So here you are giving more priority to plus. First you want plus to happen. So you want the expression that is there in the parenthesis to evaluate first, and then after that you are dividing it by 2. Okay, so that's what I have done here. When I said S is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. And after that, I'm calculating the area. Okay, so I'm using a variable area. Then I'm saying S into. So you know this, right? So we are saying S into. Then I'm saying S into A. Okay, so then I'm saying into. And then what you have S minus B. Okay, so this is minus B. Okay, sorry. Okay, so S formula. Okay, so S into S minus A and S minus B into, then you're having into S minus C. Okay, since we are saying square root of, I'm just using the exponential operator, and then I'm saying 0.5. Okay, so this is what will act like square root of. Okay, so square root is nothing but 1 by 2, right? So I'm using this exponential operator to actually create the square root thing. Okay, now that the area is calculated, so what I'll do is I'll print the area. So I'm saying inside the print statement, I'm saying area of triangle is, okay, so then I'm saying plus, convert it, okay, so into a string, and then I'm saying area. Okay, so this is the code which will actually do the conversion of, will calculate the area of a triangle. Okay, you can also use comment to put the comments. You can use a hash over here, wherein you're saying area of triangle. Okay, so you're calculating the area of triangle. So let us run this and see. So it's asking you to enter the value of A. So I'm entering 2.1 because I have taken a float value. So I said 3.1, and then I'm saying 4.6 or whatever. So it is printing. So the next statement after read is a print. So it's printing all the 3 sides for me, and then it is calculating the triangle, area of triangle, and it's giving me the answer. Now see here. So the area of triangle, the spelling over here is L. Anyway, it's not relevant, but still I just want to put it correct. Okay, so the area of triangle is S. And you can also use the format functions and all that, and you can actually reduce the number of these values, precision values. Okay, so you can reduce the number of precision values. Precision is something which is after this dot. Okay, after this decimal value, you can reduce it, and you can use all the concepts that sir have told you in the first unit to actually format your output. Okay, so is the program clear to everybody? Is the program clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have, you have seen the output also. మీ సార్ వచ్చేసారు, మీ సార్కి ఇస్తున్నాను. sir will take over. Okay, thank you for
Okay, so good morning, Amma.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Okay, so ఏం చూసారు ఇప్పటి వరకు మీరు?
Area of triangle programs.
Okay, so area of the triangle program when you give the sides, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so, yeah, very good. Okay, what is it? That's a formula is called as, it has a name, right?
Heron's formula.
Heron's
Yeah, very good. Okay, so did anyone of you solve any questions or something? Questions లాంటివి ఏమైనా ట్రై చేశారా నాన్న? It's like programs లా షేర్ చేయటం, that kind of a thing. మేడం చేసి చూపించేసారా ఇది ప్రోగ్రామ్?
Yes, sir.
Try చేయమన్నా.
ఓకే, మీరు ఏమైంది చేయలే?
Try చేశాను సార్.
చేసాం,
Okay.
sir.
ఓకే, ఓన్లీ ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ అయిందా, ఇంకేమైనా చెప్పారా మేడం?
2 programs, sir.
2 programs చెప్పారు.
ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ వన్?
Declaring
Data types, different data types print చేయాలి.
different data types.
Okay, so madam asked you to read some different values of variables like float, int, and all that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know the formula for this distance between 2 points, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know the formula? What is the formula for that distance between 2 points?
X2 minus x root of x2 minus x1
Root over
x2 y2 minus y1
square plus y2 minus y1 whole square.
If you take the points as x1, y1, x2, y2, it is a square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus a y2 minus y1 whole square, right? Guys, తెలుసా అదేనా?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure. Very good. So I want that program in Python. So who wants to do that actually? So okay. So for your reference, I'm just writing this. Okay. So can you see my whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good,
Yes,
Nana. So there are 2 points, Nana. So okay. So there are 2 points. So one is called x1 comma y1, right? And there is a x2 comma y2. So in that case, distance d is equals to distance d is equal to square root of what is that?
x2 minus
x2 minus x1
y2 minus
y1 plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? So you need to write a program for this, right? So you have to take 4 variables, x1, y1, x2, y2. Then you have to calculate d value. Okay, so who wants to do this? If anyone wants to do it, okay, so you can share your screen and you can show it to everyone, right? Hope someone will do it, please. In రోజులు చెప్పినందుకు నేను మినిమం ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను నేను, రైట్? టెల్ మీ హూ వాంట్స్ టు డూ ఇట్. నన్ను చెప్పండి, ఎవరు చేస్తారు? ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ కదా, డైరెక్ట్ వాల్యూస్ ఫార్ములా చూడటానికి టఫ్ గా ఉంది, కానీ మీరు చేయటం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే దట్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ యాక్చువల్లీ.
ట్రై చేయండి.
Yeah, try చేయండి నాన్న. So who wants to try? You can share your screen నాన్న. So మీరు పేరు చెప్తే మీరు చేయొచ్చు. ఇట్స్ లైక్ లేకపోతే ఒకేసారి ఇద్దరు ముగ్గురు షేర్ ట్రై చేసి ఇట్స్ లైక్ క్లమ్జీ అయిపోతుంది. Who wants to try it out? త్వరగా ఫాస్ట్. Say your name or roll number, then start sharing and doing it. Quick. It's easy కదా. x1 y1 x2 y2 4 వాల్యూస్ రీడ్ చేస్తారు. తర్వాత డీకి కనుక్కుంటారు. డీకి కనుక్కోవడం అంటే ఇప్పుడే కదా మేడం చెప్పారు, స్క్వేర్ రూట్ కనుక్కోవాలంటే ఏం చేయాలని చెప్పారు, ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియేషన్ ఫార్ములా విత్ 0.5 as power, right?
Yes, sir.
Guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Exponentiation formula with star 0.5 వేస్తే స్క్వేర్ రూట్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. మిగతాది ఈజీయే కదా. x2 మైనస్ x1 కి స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ పెట్టుకోవటం, y2 మైనస్ y1 కి స్క్వేర్, ఓవరాల్ గా దీనికి స్క్వేర్ రూట్ వేసి అయిపోయింది డిస్టెన్స్, రైట్? It's already 11:42. Please someone do it fast.
సార్ పైథాన్ డ్రైవ్ 3 లో కూడా చేయొచ్చా సార్?
పైడ్రాయిడ్ లో కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు నన్ను, పర్లేదు. బట్ టైపింగ్ కి వాటికి మరి ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది ఒకసారి ట్రై చేయండి. మొబైలా? ట్రై టు
Yes,
షేర్.
sir.
ఓకే, చూద్దాం స్క్రీన్ మీద ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది. షేర్ కి తెలుసు కదా నాన్న, రెక్టాంగిల్ లోపల ఆరో మార్క్ ఉంటుంది పైన. లేకపోతే మీరు మొబైల్ కదా, డాట్స్ కొడితే షేర్ అని కనిపిస్తుంది మీ పేరు, దాన్ని క్లిక్ చేయండి. షేర్ ఎంటైర్ స్క్రీన్ కొట్టుకోండి, ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. అదే అడుగుతుంది, షల్ ఐ డిస్ప్లే ఓవర్ యాప్స్ అని, ఎస్ అని కొట్టేయండి.
కనిపిస్తుందా సార్?
ఓకే నాన్న, ఇంకా అప్డేట్ కాలేదు మరి అయితే. Did you share?
నెట్వర్క్ ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి సార్.
నీకు మొబైల్ కి
network issues.
పైన అంతా ఓకే. మీకు అంటే మొబైల్లో షేర్ చేస్తున్నాను, మొత్తం అంతా మీకు ఇలాగ రెడ్ కలర్ స్క్వేర్ వస్తుంది. స్క్వేర్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ రెక్టాంగిల్. అప్పుడు ఆ రెడ్ కలర్ రెక్టాంగిల్ ఉన్నంత లెక్క మాకు కనిపిస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఇంకెవరైనా ట్రై చేయండి, త్వరగా టైం అయిపోతుంది నన్ను. ఏనా వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది.
నేను ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఒకవేళ కుదిరితే స్క్రీన్ షాట్ పెడతాను.
ఓకే సరే, ఇంకెవరైనా చేస్తారా? క్విక్, ల్యాప్టాప్స్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా డూ ఇట్ ఫాస్ట్. నిన్నెవరో చేశారు కదా, లోహిత, ఆర్ యు దేర్?
Yes, sir.
ఏ లోహిత, చేస్తారా మీరు ప్రోగ్రామ్? యు వాంట్ టు
Yes,
డూ
sir.
ఇట్? ఓకే, యూ కెన్ షేర్ అండ్ డూ ఇట్ నాన్న, సో దట్ ఎవ్రీవన్ కెన్ సీ.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, we can see you. ఓకే, దాన్ని కొంచెం పైకి తీసుకెళ్ళండి అన్న, స్క్రోల్ చేయండి, అవుట్పుట్ మొత్తం కనిపిస్తుంది. యా, వెరీ గుడ్ నాన్న, సూపర్. ఓకే, సో ఎవ్రీవన్ కెన్ యూ సీ ద అవుట్పుట్ నాన్న?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's very nice. Lohita, it's a claps for you, right?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, very good, Amma. Nice. Okay, చూస్తున్నారు కదా నాన్న, she did a wonderful job, right? So you need to read 4 sides, 4 points, that is x1 x2 అది x1 y1 x2 y2. She named it as abcd, no problem, right? And what you have to do, x1 minus x2, that is a minus c whole square అంటే star 2 plus then మళ్ళీ b minus d star 2 రెండింటికి వచ్చి ఎడిషన్ ఓవరాల్ గా వచ్చేసి exponentiation operation with 0.5 because that calculates the square root. Okay, Nana, so that's nice job, Nana, very good. So that's it for today's class, Nana, so we'll just wind it off, right?